all.
Y'all did it twice, right? 2 weeks in a row?
And because he had a shift.
Okay.
And then it goes around all the 24s. It's done when they're off. So everything we do. Otherwise, the ones that are working are like.
What about me? Huh?
Y'all the same.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Because you're 24/7. So. Ones that are on duty. Take care of the ship. Well, every little thing that's caught up. Yep.
That's like Donna Tower at City Hall. They check with her and everything.
Oh, yeah. She's missed.
Thank you for your grace, and we thank you for your mercy, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I ask you to bless each and every one that's here, bless our families, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, as we come and celebrate Christmas, Heavenly Father, let's remember that Christ is the reason for the season, Heavenly Father. Bless our great parish, our state, our town, our community, our homes, our schools, Heavenly Father, and our great country, Heavenly Father. We pray for peace, Heavenly Father. Thank you for these men of the blessed in Jesus' name. Amen.
It's the microphone down.
Meeting of the Grand Parish League period order, date December 14th. You know, that all members of the jury are present. I need a motion to open the public hearing to receive any opinions on the 2024 budget. Motion and a second, all in favor?
This is a kind of formality as part of adopting budgets. Annually, if there are any public comments.
Any public comments?
Oh.
None of them are on.
I'm sorry.
None of them are
They're
on.
all low.
Oh.
There she is, the Swiss Army knife. She gets it all.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Started then. Aye. A little bit. All right, then we got a motion and a second to open the public hearing to receive any opinions on the 2024 budget. Any public opinion or?
If there's none, then what we will adopt it here, the next few items down, okay? So we'll adjourn the meeting and then go into the regular meeting.
All right, I need a motion to adjourn the public hearing on the 2024 budget and enter into regular session.
Motion. Second.
Got a motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right, I need a motion to open the agenda to public comments on agenda items.
Motion.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor? Opposed? All right, any public comments on agenda items?
Good evening. My name is Maurice Barron, and I live on, well, Maurice Barron and my wife, Maria, live on Mundy Loop. And what I'm here to do is not talk to any specific item on the agenda. It's just simply to go ahead and thank the police jury, Mr. Mark Ball, for their hard work that was done in order to improve the safety of the road that was out in front of our house. In particular, going ahead and removing a tree in the right of way that was getting to move over onto the road. makes it look like. So that got very. You pay prepaid road. And so I went ahead and contacted the plan. He got on the phone and talked to people. The road and bridges people came out. And they did absolutely wonderful job of going ahead and excavating both sides of the farm in order to go ahead and get the flow under the road taken care of. Now we have a well-paved road. We also have a road that's a lot safer because it doesn't happen to flood and that it rains heavily. So once again, to Mr. President, all the members of the police jury, thank you so much for everything you have done. We really greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marty. Is there any other public comment on this item?
But Mr. President, you may want to ask Mr. Barron to come back every month with compliments.
That's great. That was great.
Thank you. Certainly welcome to positive comments. Need a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting as published in the official journal.
Make a motion.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. All right, Mr. Stephen Kimball, CPA, Roger McKay and Willis to discuss operating budget for 2024.
We're going, tonight we adopt, where are we at, number 6, number 7, we're adopting the amended operating budget for the 23 year. That's actually number 7, and number 6, the operating budget for the 2024 year. We have to do that before the year begins. And we can also amend the budget, the process being the state law only allows any municipality to be out of compliance by about 5%, or right at 5%. So we amend in the hopes of protecting that. So line item number 6 will be to adopt the 2024 operating budget, and then line item number 7 will be to adopt the amended operating budget for 2024.
All right, I need a line item number 6, need a motion to adopt resolution 31, 2022, proposed operating budget for the fiscal year 2024. So, got a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed? All right, next item, number 7, motion to adopt resolution 32, 2022, amended operating budget for the fiscal year of 2022. Got a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Katie Nance for the month.
Good evening. For November, 159 transports, which equates to 5.3 per day, so really good. 155 of those were emergency, 3 non-emergency. So non-emergency, they're all down in the parish. We launched 9 times. The aircraft out here and transported 3 of those times. So that was good. It wasn't good on the other. And yeah, I was sitting here, you know, this is the last meeting of the year. January 1st will mark 7 years that we've been operating with grant. I was talking to the sheriff that I chose January 1st at midnight. Did the turnover. So New Year's Eve that year, guess where I was? Here in the 911 center. So bring back memories. But so many more years. Y'all have anything for me? Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the gift.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let's have it. Hi, Sheriff McCain to address the jury regarding the CMRSC 911 surcharge.
Please don't ask me what that stands for. On November the 8th of 1988, the voters of Grant Parish voted to establish a 911 district in the parish, which set up a 911 system. And at the same time, we got away from the route, box, whatever, into a physical address. December the 8th of 1988, the police jury passed a resolution about the communication district. July the 1st of last year, so July the 1st of 2022, AT&T stopped collecting the way they've always collected the 911 surcharge on our telephone bills that pays for part of the 911 operation. And when they did that, it decreased our revenue by $6,000 a month, $72,000 a year. And this is month 15 or month 16 that we've experienced this. It's taken us this long dealing with bureaucracy to try to figure out why this changed and what do we need to do to make it go back to the way that it was. It literally changed overnight. And so on my telephone bill at home, it's $46.22. And I paid $1 per month. It was about $2, but now it's $1. And so this loss equals $72,000 a year. And so what I'm asking is that you pass a resolution and you say, well, why are we having to do this if this was already done in 1988? That's a great question. That's the same thing I asked the AT&T representative. I said, this was already in place. And yeah, but it's been so long ago, we want something new. And so what I'm asking you to do is to pass this again with the addition that you add a cap. And what I mean by that is, so in the telecommunication world, they use the word tariff instead of a surcharge or a fee. It's the same thing. The state law says there's a 5% tariff. And so if your telephone bill is $100, 5% of that would be $5. What I'm asking you to do is to put a cap on it so it can never exceed $4 for residential customers. And you'd have to have a huge phone bill to reach $4, and $8 for commercial and business lines. So it can never be any greater than that. The average bill is going to be about $2 for residential and about $4.50 for commercial lines. There's also 2 paragraphs in there that mention cell phones. The cell phone bill is determined by the legislature. It's $1.25 per month for everybody that has a cell phone in Louisiana. I think this is a waste of ink, but they asked that we include that in there. Even if you decide not to do the cell phone portion, that's not going to change because it's state law that's been in effect for many years. But I've done what they've asked and put it all in one resolution for y'all to consider.
Will this bring back the funding?
It will, yeah. It's going to take them. So what the resolution is, we're asking this to take effect in February the 1st, and they expect that it's going to take months. I don't know the number before it actually begins. But by giving this to them, so if you introduce it tonight and it's passed in January, we'll forward this to them the next day, and they can start their process.
Then you said that AT&T quit collecting?
AT&T is the only company. So out of Verizon and T-Mobile and however many more there are, AT&T is the only one that's done that.
We've done something about this, but you and I talked about it 2 years ago.
I know.
I need anything else, Sheriff?
No, that's all. I'll be glad to answer any questions, but,
I need a motion to introduce ordinance 06/2023 CMRSE 911 surcharge. Got a motion and a second? All opposed? Motion carried.
all right, thank you. Merry Christmas. Is there another item I need to stay around for and answer questions about?
You can on this next one, discuss the 2023 multi-jurisdiction hazard mitigation plan update.
We have to do it every 5 years. So you and each town in Grant Parish are required to do this every 5 years. And this is 2024 design.
So we had a meeting on it a couple weeks ago and, kind of brainstormed on ideas. It was a 31,000 or something like that.
Yes,
we had
that's right.
spent. And, it was spent on some of our needs, some of the sheriff department needs, some of the town needs,
We ordered a radio, 6 searchlights for some of y'all's, trucks,
and so
5 chainsaws for the police jury. The coroner's office needed digital cameras. I think it was 4 digital cameras for them.
backup battery. For the 911.
Oh, yes, backup batteries. Yeah, and that's a long story, but anyway, yes, we've been having lots and lots of problems with what, the electrician has determined to be dirty electricity from Plico. And, we've spent almost $10,000 in the last year on battery backups. Because every time there's a surge, it destroys the battery backup. If we didn't have it, then it would damage the actual computer server and system. So anyway, I would ask that you introduce that to Mr. President.
I need a motion to adopt resolution 34/2023, the 2023 multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan update. I got a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? All right, in motion to introduce 07/2023. The ban to ban audio video recording in Grant Parish Court. Got something on this as well, right?
Nothing, I introduced y'all to the issue of the concern, several months ago. And you passed a resolution. I would encourage you to, consider an ordinance. So we have some teeth. Right now, we don't, you passed a resolution, but there's not a rule, there's not a law that we can enforce.
We're still having this problem weekly up here.
As recently as yesterday.
That same bunch is coming in the courthouse. They're in trouble. Video.
Inside the offices.
Yes, sir.
Is that this guy with YouTube?
Yes, sir.
You know,
Can we do this?
Yes, sir. But I can't do anything without this being passed.
I mean, it's just something that like KLB come in and say you're turning news video away to the press. The ACLU coming up from New Orleans.
Yes, sir. Unless you give them permission, and my response to that is, and so I do the same thing at our office. You're not coming behind that. You can do whatever you want to allow. But once you cross that door, there's not any videography allowed.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to put the plans of this building on the internet for the world to see if somebody has bad intentions. Legitimate news media come often and they're invited in. But anytime I get ready for them to leave,
Okay.
they have to leave. Or they have to stop, and if they don't, because of this, it will be a crime. But they've got to have your permission, if you're gonna allow videography inside of this building, if you pass this ordinance, they've got to have your permission.
This just states the courthouse, does it? I think the last time we talked about it, we had the shop and all our other outbuildings, and were they involved too, or just courthouse?
I think it says Police Street property. Yeah. And other Grant Parish Police Jury owned properties.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
All right, I need a motion to introduce 07-2023 to ban audio and video recording in the Grant Parish Courthouse. Got a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. The next month. Thanks, Sheriff.
Sheriff, no, I'm not on the deal. I'd like for him to hear what I gotta say in a minute. You can wait a minute, all right?
I need a motion to adopt, resolution 33-2023, as a permanent polling place in precincts 2, 5, and 8, 1. This is our new building, polling precinct was built out across from there at landfill. Got a motion and a second, all in favor? Yeah. All opposed? All right, next item, discuss increasing the contributions to, Judge Willett's office payroll. I think this was for 3 of his employees. He's proposing to give raises.
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Courthouses, and I think they're low on their salaries,
Just to put the figures.
so they're not on the yearly set 4% or whatever, like our employees are. According to Sissy, it's been a while since they got a pay raise, so it's up to y'all.
And we're pretty far behind different parishes, and parish is similar to our structure. Well, there's only 3. It's the judicial administrator, the court reporter, and the law clerk. Out of the general fund per year, it will be an additional $3,795. And then criminal court fund per year would be $11,883.
Yeah.
That's all combined.
They're all long-term employees, and they're all, it's like.
Yeah, employee since 2008, employee since 2015, not regularly.
They don't get yearly.
I think one of them was $1,500 a year.
Yeah.
2,000, close to 6 or something like that.
One was 5,000, one was a little under 4, and one was almost 1,500. It's not even there yet. If this passes, I'll have to.
All right, anybody want to make a motion to increase the contribution? Got a motion and a second to, increase contributions to Judge Willett's office payroll. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. All right, motion to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs from January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
They did not get it to us in time to review. If y'all want to postpone it, it is something we do every year. If it does, I will bring it back to you.
Yeah, we'll move on, okay?
Yeah.
If something else, as long as the language don't change, if it does. Everybody okay with that? I've got a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed? Passed. All right, discuss Rapides Area Planning Commission brief.
Someone was gonna be here. And we had some discussions on the program. And the information that was provided to us. Opinions and needs there. But the amount of our match money locally to the tune of $69,000.
Right.
That's per year.
Per year. Yeah. Something I don't think we can afford. We need this program, so. And we're gonna them come together today, about grants. There are federal monies. And I'm thinking some state monies for like rural mass transportation. So with the Rapides Area Planning Commission and maybe this is what you maybe we talk to the other down.
Line work.
We need to find some. The rural, people don't have vehicles, sometimes they take the vehicle to work, and then the other person don't have the vehicle, they gotta pick up the child from school, go to the doctor. I've seen the buses running. I saw one today we talked about at the district farm. So the need is there, we just can't afford, the $69,000. The other thing is, we had to talk before with partnering with Wind Parish. Because they thought we coming to out anyway. And we don't have a Walmart, but I know they go consider it up there. So I don't know whether the split with 90 because 90 may be for it's not comparable to us and how it is. So it may be more advantageous for us to fund with wind. Maybe this cost won't be the same. Because looking at these numbers, obviously the need is not there advantage. That's throwing us to put more bill. So I think we just need to get with Rapides Area Planning Commission. I know they got 1.4 million. I know that was something else. There's gotta be a way to fund it. Gotta come out of it. We just can't. We got too many other needs like roads and stuff like that. Yeah, we need to do, but I'm firm believer we need to support the system and just gotta come up with it.
All right, motion to table it until we get more information. LAT, that live court. They're funding, available.
Well, if it's not a grant or some match or something, I'm definitely not for it. Public transportation. We can't afford, every month we come in here, somebody's needing money. Where does it stop?
It doesn't.
$1.2 million to run 2 buses. Come on. If y'all believe this, I got oceanfront property in Berta for sale. $1.2 million annually to run 2 buses to haul people to Walmart. I'm against it until we get these roads fixed. I don't think we need to be hot paying to haul people to Walmart until we get our roads and the parish in better shape. There are other items to me personally that are more important to all the people of the parish instead of just a few. So
Could you see the report and maybe with Wayne Parish? The need is not as great as these numbers are not. It's on more as funding. Maybe partner with Wayne Parish.
We need to make a motion to table it, I'm just leaving that just to, okay. All right, motion to approve. Oh, okay. Discuss updated Louisiana economic development, designated enterprise zone. They just kind of dropped. I don't really know a whole lot about it. It's something to do with the city, those low income zoning areas, Sissy, that they thought might change, and I don't think any of them changed. I ain't had time to really don't know a whole lot about it, so.
It's basically saying if a new business comes into our parish and vows to hire people from the low economic area, they can qualify for certain tax breaks. And it did say, so they were asked if the local government approves this, will we be giving up any local tax revenue? They said no, not with this vote. And so we asked, well, then where do they get their money from? And so have local sales taxes been rebated before? Because they changed it to a rebate instead of just an instant program. And we said yes, but very few projects requested. Out of the 344 enterprise zone projects, only 10 have requested local sales tax be rebated.
And if you go to the centralized election, should really get whatever taxes in there, right?
Yeah.
From that from the state. Thank you. It passed, yeah. Yeah.
We got a letter that says, please accept this letter as Grant Parish Police Jury participation interest in Louisiana Enterprise Zone Act. Pursuant to Louisiana RS 51-1781, in accordance with the requirements of Louisiana Enterprise Zone Program, Grant Parish Police Jury agreed to participate in this program. The assist department in evaluating progress made any enterprise zone within its jurisdiction. So.
This is about Parish.
Do it or? Alright. Any other discussion on it? Alright, yeah. I'm gonna move.
May I ask a question, Mr.
Sure.
President? We still collect the sales tax in the parish. I've never heard of this, and those numbers that you just mentioned, that only 10 were, is that statewide or is that in Grant Parish?
Statewide.
So is this similar to the ITAP program where you have the authority to waive taxes for certain industries?
It says it's a jobs incentive program that provides Louisiana income and franchise tax credits to a new or existing business located in Louisiana, creating permanent net new full-time jobs and hiring at least 50% of their employees from one of their core targeted groups.
That's some sort of income tax credit for
Yeah,
this.
there would be
I've
either
never seen
one-time
one.
$3,500 or $1,000 tax credit for each new job created, if they're hired out of this particular area.
And I guess where the real advantage is, they know the large income is spending money to get taxed.
Well, do we have to do this month or can we? Research this a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here reading some of this, it don't.
For the state representative. For interpretation and nobody.
You know, for the coder ring.
They can't be in a hurry, this was dated September 2023, it's somewhere for a couple of months. And they
This
decide,
come up before.
huh?
This come up before.
Yeah.
6, 7 years ago.
That's just do some research on this, and see what he thinks about it.
Well, wouldn't the sheriff?
I don't know about that. It went to the vote of the people. Last year, my constitutional amendment failed. Well, we're still collecting business as usual.
All right, need a motion to adopt ordinance 05-2023, declaring certain vehicles and equipment as surplus. Equipment committee, we got.
This is the list, but you had. Did you have anything, what anything that you added, Cody? Okay. Yeah, but I see, I'm like.
We got a list.
Yeah, I think that old question started for us, yeah, how long this land is, it's a bold. There's an old bold, yeah, members, and I think there's. Something that's, we're going to use, but, yeah, I think, but it's on there, I'll find it. Put it to watch it. Ready to watch it, not work, not going to, over the door, yeah, yeah. Couple of pickup trucks that don't run. One. You got 31,000 miles. We're waiting on this, we just talked about that. I'm rolling cheap, but that, sure. He got spoiled, he got more state contract case. That's the one you said you liked the best.
There's one with Case, one with Volvo, one with they're all pretty well similar. The home roller and the Volvo are closed cabs, which we do not need at all. The Case, it's about the middle of the price, but it does come with the shelf lift. It's an open cab and it can be delivered very, very quickly.
There's some space. Got the shell kit where you can unpad, put it or put off and unsmooth them. I think you need, the other two doesn't have that, the other two are straight pad.
Y'all wanna look at this?
And well, we said. One page of it?
Yeah, it's just one page.
Right. You go with this as the road.
Not good with the road.
Okay, all right. The one that's good.
Make that very clear.
So I'll make a motion that we declare these vehicles surplus, send them to auction.
You made a motion, you second. All right, we got a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 05-2023, declaring certain vehicles and equipment as surplus. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passed. All right, Mr. Cody Gone.
One thing I had talked about is that roller.
You know. Here, come on, she put here, there's one from, Scott, here's the one you told from the. No, sir, the one from Progressive. You hear any more about the graders? There, no, have not heard any more about them. You can call us in and agriculture, in every side. Needs to find it.
Get rid of some.
So there's some 140s, some cast 140s.
14-foot mower.
Yeah, they said they're too big for their road. These interstates we have in Grand Prairie.
I have two that are the three. I think one of them has already been spoken for. They got three. One cat told me that they're just looking for a payoff price. For the machines has got around 40 hours to keep some of them. Need something to be entertained. Where y'all looking at in the future with all the rest of the graders.
Well, they would be the same, they're the same size, from my understanding, as the. All right.
That's close.
They-
Close.
Yeah.
Mobile's the same.
Yeah.
A lot more horsepower. So if we got to, we would fail to.
No, we didn't talk about, I just brought them up because
We
they
got
said,
to.
yeah, we got the two new ones in. And we had discussed at that time, we're gonna need two more before at some point. These come up because, so, and I haven't got told. They just said that they're too big for what they want there. And they would be under state contract, they was under state contract. And you make it do, we have to work, see what kind of deal you can work, intergovernmental agreement maybe or something with them to buy them, I don't know. It's according to whether they even be feasible to get, I don't know.
Interest rates on the high side.
Yeah.
You know that. You know,
You're right.
better use a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of deal they are, when you pay the interest out there higher than brand new. Well, there was another thing I came across, I'm they had it voted on. Various papers. Down there, Scott, y'all had brought up. It's quite a while. Back a little bit, but wait a minute. They do have a new one, same as ours, other than this one that they got is the old tab. It was bought for another period. They did not accept it. It has not had no pricing, increases on it since they first. And they said they'd be willing to let it sell for that same price. I almost think it was like 80-some thousand. But it ain't, but it's not, it ain't active. I want to tell you, it's an OP contract.
But right now, all equipment is going.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, that's right, that's right. I mean, it might be something to look at later on, if it's still sitting there, it's been sitting there quite a while. Yeah, it's been out. Yeah. It's exactly like the one we got, it's just an open dam.
I don't, oh, you got first, you got, I don't know, probably it matters if I go out there, they got doors, windows open in. Seriously.
Oh, so much equipment in the last 2 years, I don't know.
That's why
They put the brakes on it.
Yeah.
At some
Maybe you
point,
can bring it up.
at some point, we're gonna have to take the break and try to catch it on some of these deals. So, yeah. Anything else? It's all okay. I need a motion to pay bills as funds come out. Motion in a second, all in favor? Opposed? Passed. Billy, closing comment.
A couple things. One is we do have our library director here. We had a meeting too. And that was picking up. Language with the Montgomery renovation. Yeah, if I was there, I might be there, and I don't know if you want to add anything, but I thought we were doing. As a shooting music, bookmobile going out to people. And actually, they've gotten innovative in coming up with programs on Monday when children out of school, they don't some at the library to accommodate that too. So, good job.
Thank you.
You never get the light on that.
No, I looked at ours and we need to talk, we don't have. You have to do something with the lighting.
Please, it's very dark when we're women leaving alone,
John mentioned,
like murderer dark.
there may be some grants.
It's pretty dark.
We need to do.
Pretty scary.
Poles out there.
Our building.
There is a Clico in between the sheriff and
Nice, they sit on the opposite side.
So dust the dome lights out, get click over somebody, puts the dust the dome lights up, or
there's one that's up that's out.
But
one that's out.
They need to change the LED. The LED is played.
And then
Oh,
maybe
Clico's
we can
phone
see
number.
them
They can add some,
outside
yeah.
the building. Need to come up from lighting all the way around. Not very, it's
And especially because we have 24/7 Wi-Fi, so
yeah, right.
Yeah, you have pictures still make changes in the.
I would help that too.
yeah,
We actually have an electrician that's an inmate right now, so we could
awesome.
put the light up and go forward. Even some up for me today.
Would you get a couple of lights?
They build chair.
I can, if you buy them, we'll put them up.
It's all right.
Yeah, we did.
They're like $29 the ones we bought. And they're bright.
Put us up about 4 or 5 of those.
Make it daylight out there. There'll be a shadow out in the lot.
Okay. One thing I have, do we need to vote on that sheet on that pad-foot roller? And agenda and vote.
I think we voted to purchase one that y'all elected.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know David wasn't here, so
I'm the first set of skins on the roller we got. Why are we buying another motorized machine? It's not gonna be used all the time. I've mentioned this to Cody 2 or 3 times.
they don't make a shell kit for it.
Okay, I also sent him a full type sheet foot roller. We got 5 or 6 pieces of equipment on that job at one time, and a puller is not motorized. 2,500 for it. That was a heck of a buy.
Well,
It probably got him.
I called, I know, but didn't get an answer and left a message.
He called me about it.
They done those spots on our road up there, and they done great, but they didn't get the compaction they needed.
They need a sheet foot roller on it, but we don't need y'all want some other motorized.
Well, I had one in full type here, I saw it a year ago, but to me, they wasn't, for that, they wasn't no good, but we tried it on some stuff now. Some soft dirt, they work okay. I don't think they do it that way.
Again, we involved.
And I understand, but we got a $300,000 machine there, got a $200 and something thousand loader. We got all that, that's not gonna do a good job if they don't have a compactor. At least this one, another thing was this one with the shell kit, they can use for a backup and not have to keep working on that old one.
Why don't you go rent one when we need one? Instead of owning it.
Only reason I was worried, cause I got several of them, I got. I'm big fan, and the fact we can fit them. grandson to compact it, and maybe put a two-shot tripping on it. Throw maybe 3 times as far as my object might well. We're gonna need something to compact this over here, anyway, really. And if you don't compact it.
These culverts we're putting in also, they need something on them. That whacker factor works fine, so down on the bottom, but they're not getting the compaction up top. Every one of them said.
Yeah.
No, I mean. Where?
Ronnie had something to say.
It's good to be here. President, Winston, Sleepers, David, Brandon, I just met you. I know this well. Ronnie left him, Barter. Louisiana. I'm not here for myself. I've resolved my problem. I wanted to sue somebody. Is it a lawyer here? I didn't get up and leave. I ain't never sued nobody. I'm mad at Sweatco, and the permit system is no good. It's building deal, and I don't think it's yours. I think it comes from the state of Louisiana. I'm talking about getting a permit and building. I live in the same house for 50 years. Some folks don't know where I live, and I love it. I ain't move it. And before I get on this, when y'all do some more blacktopping on Hyatt Baptist Church Road, he'll like me to say that. We didn't tell you, but hey, we tried to feed the community over Sunday, Saturday. We have church every Sunday morning. I teach Sunday school there. Anybody wants to come? But my wife said I sometimes say the wrong thing. I don't try to tell a lie. Swepco is a rat's nigger. I'm 74 years old, sure. I'd like to sue them, and Brayton Smith said, ain't no use to sue them, they too big. I don't have, anyway. You gotta figure out what you're gonna build or buy. If you buy a generator, let's say, I paid $200 the other day. That didn't need to be paid. I didn't buy one piece of plywood at my house, I just put a generator in. But I had to get a new service. And I got a good fellow to put it in. And then I came down here on Wednesday for Thanksgiving, I tried to come class. Somebody sent me to police and balance office. And she said, I need the number that somebody gave me. My wife was in Houston at the doctor's office. I brought it, she said, no problem. Brought the number back to her. They gonna come Tuesday at Thanksgiving, cutting electricity on. I had the Swepco man the phone. He called, I'm holding y'all up. Y'all don't need to hear all this because mine is resolved. But some folks have waited at least 6 months to get electricity for a trailer house. You want me to call names? Steve Fletcher. Call him right now. 5 months to get electricity work. I'm talking about Randall. My granddaughter, 5 months in a trailer house. I can take you right down to the border. You know, the Swepco is hiring somebody like a contractor to come hook the electricity up. And I think the permit system, where's the $100 for a permit? Where does it go to? Anybody can answer that?
Yes, we have
A grant permit.
Yes.
Okay. And then the inspector, is the inspector gonna pay for your house if it burns down tomorrow?
We are not affiliated with the inspectors. They're
That's
all
what I'm talking
independent.
about.
Yeah.
Well, let's call Gage Farmer and Jay Luno and I voted for Jeff Landry. Let's get it changed, brother. Is anybody trying to build anything or build anything, you can't get it done. The permit system is no good. It needs to be kicked out from over here. Brother, hey, I paid $100. My lights have been on 3 weeks. For an inspector, what did I need him for? My granddaughter paid $150. You don't need an inspector. I know it wasn't y'all. It came and stayed with it down. And I think it came, I don't know how many years ago, Sheriff.
Well, Bobby Maker was here years ago. Anybody know anything about that? Bobby Maker was dead. No. Lord, Bobby.
I live where those long wait times, and my neighbor was just on cutting, I had to play his big face. And, like, well, you did the call Quinco, and they think that one time truck and disconnected. It was like Friday, I had to back up and Chris was down. And
Really?
I'm not aware of any situation like you.
Well, I tell you what, I'll get y'all this, right back to you, folks, waiting.
Like, well, you know, I may be do approve whatever.
I would like that, yes.
Yeah.
To see what I can do to help.
I had the same issue.
I wrote it down on Facebook. One thing is there's a lot of, they don't have perception of the steps, is the way it is, and it is a lot of steps. Trust me, I'm in the same thought that you are, Ryan. I don't care for the opinions as far as, all the inspections and all that, but the state of Louisiana does require us to have them, and they require. How about Hill James? Colin Nesbitt, he worked for you, bro. They told me, well, if you're building a camp, it's one deal, if you're building a house, it's another deal. Talked to him today. The lady, that 2 kids kept in the bus, they waited 5 months to get electricity, it burned right across from the water system. My granddaughter, I don't know if James put in the deal, y'all built the road on my land, it works. She works for Trevor Fry and him, she waited 5 months to get electricity from Flipco. And she paid $880 to get a water meter and $150 for the inspector and all that, and for no reason, I mean, it's stopping progress in the parish. The slow process of getting something done. It could be anything you want to be. You ain't what to do unless some of these permits and inspectors want to pay State Farm when your house burns down, you don't need it.
Most of the delays are Swepco though, right?
Yeah, it's.
Swepco is mine. They owe me some money. I bet you want me to go ahead and tell you, I know, I didn't mean to talk this way. I bought a lot on Nantasket about 3 years ago. And it was no trouble. Anyway, my wife called, they put the meter in my name and the bill was flat. And I sent Doug James down there to clean it up once the trees flat. Anyway, I went down there one day, my meter was gone. My wife had paid the $12 to $15 bill. I called her and I thought somebody stole the meter. I got 3 things for Swepco. If I had a lawyer that already been sued. You hear me? Listen. And anyway, they said, well, you got to go get a permit. The sheriff had me on that deal. I think he did. Somebody helped him. I said, hell, freeze over before I buy a permit. I didn't tell y'all to take the meter out. I was getting my eyes worked on down there, and Noah, the lady that works over there, I thought they were terrible. I called back and apologized to her. Of course, she still harassed me pretty bad. She harassed me terrible. For a 74-year-old man, it ain't bothering nobody. But I pray every morning for my children, you know. I got one that cut his head up this morning, his hand. And he's at Longview, Texas, coming back right now. I pray every day. Anyway, Noah harassed me about 3 weeks over getting a generator for my wife. And the only reason I got it because my wife got a pacemaker. I didn't need to pay $12,000 to $15,000 to get a generator. I paid an extra $200. I didn't need no inspector. You hear me? I think we need to get Gabe Furman and Jay Luno and Jeff Landry and do away with it. I'm through. Let's see. Another thing, let's see. Swepco told me, I didn't mean to do this, y'all. I had an old house up here. It was in the paper. Trevor Brack made a picture of it. Where I load cow. Load cow there yesterday morning, loaded some this morning. It was an old wire coming into the house. I think it was put there in 1948. It comes from the transformer. I don't ever go in the house just once in a while. About 2 years ago, plugged a little over $39 drill in, blowed it up. Went to my boy's house, got another $39 drill, blowed it up. Went in the house, had an old refrigerator, didn't have no hot water heater. Refrigerator's out, none of the lights were. I said, well, I must have a short. Had a $89 or $99 air compressor, turned it on, blowed it up. Then I got a little smarter. Damn, I must have a problem. And come to find out, the old tripod line that come from their transformer to my house is rubbed against a crepe myrtle bush over a period of about 50 years. And it was so old, I called them, I said, y'all owe me for refrigerator, and they said the Sweatco said, Cephas, you think I'm lying or not? They said, it's your responsibility from the transformer to the house.
Yep, that's what they told me.
Well, I can take my 30-06 and shoot the damn thing down too, if it's my responsibility, and that won't be good either.
I would. Same.
I'm sorry.
Give me those names.
I'll get you about 50 of them.
Whatever you got.
I'm gone, y'all.
I said.
Roland Hill. I just like some information on this sewage bill that I keep getting in Martin Acre subdivision. It's 3 times the amount of water that we're using, and it's not supposed to be like that. And I wanna know how that got voted in. And why are we having to pay triple of the sewage? And we're not using, like, I use 26 gallons. So my sewage bill should be 26 gallons, right? Going in, comes out, you would think. I mean, that's the way.
Minimum, minimum sewer charge for residential. What you get charged the minimum?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? What is it, 40?
No, $26, but they're charging me 45 for sewage. And if they're not reading the meters, you know, like they do not do in my neighborhood, I can go and get you a list of names, you know, in my subdivision where everybody wants to get on this thing. Because if you don't read the meters, you don't know what's going out, what's coming in, you know? And they're having a bad problem right now.
Charge for sewer on residential.
$45.
That's $45.
Mhm. That's triple of what's coming into my house. I just don't understand it. And every time I try to talk to somebody about it, I went to the Attorney General.
It's a set minimum. I mean, that's the minimum anybody gets charged. Everybody on the.
How did they come up with that minimum? Because like in Pineville, you know, Renee, I talked to her the other day and she showed me her bill. And it was like, well, you don't pay no more than what's coming into your house, what's going out. And how do we get up to that?
Right.
$45.
All of our billing goes through, South Grant. Water.
Oh, I'm very aware of that. Go to the board meetings. I tried to go up there and ask them to be on the board. You know what they did? They raised my water bill $150. Yeah, that's what's going on up there.
There was a rate study done on that system before it was put in, and that was what it was, they had a rate study tells you what you have to charge to keep it sustained and operating.
So it's 45 minutes.
And so that's what the minimum, I don't know what the minimum is myself, but if it's a minimum, that's what it is. Yeah, I think the jury lowered it by a good bit on the actual.
Everyone.
It was proposed to be more than that, the minimum proposed, yeah.
Like 70, so.
Yeah.
And what about the grant that they got years ago to replace our sewage system in there? It never got done.
We're working on a grant right now that is gonna replace a lot of that old system.
And is that gonna make our sewage bills go up even more?
No.
It's not. I wonder what happened to that bill that they got years ago to do that. Nobody can answer that.
I'm not familiar with what grant you're talking about.
Like a $4.1 million grant.
That was to put in the new sewer. Yeah, and tie all that in together.
We didn't get no new sewage.
Yes, sir, there's a new sewer system that,
Oh, in the
no
wood.
cross flagging. It ties your system into everything now goes over the flagging, you get treated. Y'all subdivision.
Okay. Well, I just want to say one more thing and I'll be quiet about this water bill thing. If they're not doing their jobs and they don't want to do their jobs, you know, just let us know. You know, I see comments all the time on there about, one woman called up there and they said, oh, well, our people don't even know where the meters are at. You know, I'm like,
We don't have any jurisdiction. over the water.
Nobody does. Nobody can touch that South Grant water up there,
They have
from what I understand.
Therefore, meet everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Rowland.
all right.
David?
Yeah.
What's the next? Probably be in, January. Fine. For being out of the town.
Yeah.
They thought the fine would be about $5,000. So that moment, he said the state or the DEP had determined this one was, 27,000. He said, it's normal. He said, it is what it is. But this is the deal that's in our budget. They want to give it back, the $27,000 to Grant Parish, and the donation to our landfill towards putting the canopy on the building and everything on updating our landfill. Instead of paying the penalty, they can give this in a donation and it wipes out the penalty back to the parish. So, Bruce Emily, I've spoken to him this week and I think I told him, we talked about a canopy over the field. He said it could be used on updating trucks, working on repairing trucks, repairing stuff in the landfill, drainage in the landfill, capturing.
They're not attorney.
He said they got to get approved, but he said it always is approved. But he said everything was for so. That's all I've got.
Guys, we have an issue with, spoke to the sewer committee about the issue we was having with South Grant, and, they got that resolved, it was there a lot. They had swapped over from treatment to the pond and, fixed a crack in the wall, and when they went to swap it back, the whole system was, I guess, airlocked, had air in it or whatever, they couldn't get it to transfer back, but anyway, we thought that was gonna be a bigger deal than what it wound up being, but they got that great. Yeah, I appreciate everything y'all done for all of us, I worked hard this year. Closed down a lot of work orders and, keeping up. It's been a pleasure this last 4 years, working with each and every one of y'all. Winston probably know more about that. I can't hear it. Is the planning commission working on any development on the south end of the parish that you know of?
I'm trying to get.
There's been one application coming, but it hadn't been filed yet. They still doing some engineering.
Sewer system down there, ain't got no businesses on it. Well, you don't want to see well, plant down there, we need somebody working on that, trying to get some people to come in here and start building.
There's people working on it every day, Johnny.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, actually, it's the Gary Bar, referring, that was, inquiring about. So, I think they're getting geared up to try to do something. He wanted to make sure we had the sewer, and the sewer to run all of his property there, so we ain't waiting on us.
We need to follow over down there, do something. Might be.
Yes. All right, need that last motion. Sir. A motion and a second to adjourn all in favor. Good night.